Alright. Hello, hello. Let's unmute the game before I forget. Uh, little quick last time on FF14, we discovered that Charlayan is definitely hiding something, and they believe they have an ancient duty that they have to fulfill, that they're devoting all their time and resources to, which is why they can't help us. And we discovered that Radzat Han is ruled from the shadows by the last of the first brood, which is Midgard Sormer's children. And the satrap is basically a what's the right word? Figurehead? Oops, don't warp back to the house. I want to work for my grain company. And then we did the Tower of Zot, which is the 81 dungeon, which was the tower in Thavnair, which is where Radzat Han is. And we managed to completely destroy the Mega Sisters, which it was really cool to see an FF10 Primal in this game. Although I think Mega Sisters were recurring. I don't think they originate from FF10. But FF10 is one of the most popular iterations of Mega Sisters, so I consider it an FF10 Primal. Let's see. We beat the Mega Sisters after the Tower of Zot. So current theories. I'm going to go over my theories because I've been thinking a lot. Oh, my bitrate just dumpstered. Okay, bitrate's back. I've been thinking a lot, so I'm going to go over my current theories. Theory 1 is that Garlemald is... Because they mentioned that the towers are siphoning a lot more energy than they need to operate, even to summon primals. So theory 1... Garlemald is siphoning a shit ton of energy to build a spaceship to go to the moon, because I know that we go to the moon in this expansion. Theory 2 also has to do with going to the moon, but the exact opposite angle. Charlayan's big theory, big duty, is they're going to let the world die. They're going to let Xenos and Fandaniel destroy the world, and they're going to populate the moon. They're going to move to the moon, and that's why they're preparing all these things that enrich soil and deal with the aether, etc., because they have to make the moon inhabitable. I think the Charlayan theory is the more likely of the two, but I will not be surprised if Xenos is going to the moon, and that is his backdrop for our final battle, etc., let me think if there's anything more I need to do before we continue. MSQ. I don't think so. I can just toss this. I don't care. I can just toss these. I don't care. Other theories. I think that's it so far. I can't think of anything else. Any other theory that I have that I feel is particularly compelling. Yeah. So those are my two theories, basically how we're going to get to the moon. I think there are two options. I get the feeling the moon is going to be the final area of the expansion, so we won't get there for a while. Although, I did not expect a giant biome underneath Charlayan to be the first area, so it's very possible I'm surprised by this expansion. I mentioned on Twitter, I find Fandaniel and Xenos disappointing and boring villains. I like Fandaniel. I don't like Xenos. I think he's so boring. He got his ass beat once by the Warrior of Light and instantly became our greatest fanboy, and that's his entire character, and it's really boring and not interesting at all. In my opinion. If you like Xenos, that's great for you. I don't at all. I find him very boring. Okay, cool. We're going to go see our ally in the forum. The guy who spoke up for us in the middle of the fight. In the middle of the hearing that almost got us kicked out of Charlian. Ooh. This is why I could have pushed myself for like another hour last night. I ended up staying up until like 11 p.m. Um, I decided not to because this was a good break in the story. It seemed like we finished the first arc, so to speak, of Endwalker with the dungeon, and we were getting ready to start the second arc. So now I'm here to start the second arc today. I might do the same thing, I might not tonight. It's just going to depend on when we end this arc, or if this kicks off to the plot at large. Now, I did say yesterday my goal was 85. I think that's going to be pretty easy, because we're already 83, even though we're on level 81 MSQ still, I think. 82 now, okay. If we get to level 85 MSQ, I will be pleased. I don't expect us to. I think we might get to 84. It's possible we get to 85. It'll depend. Phenomenon. A host of administrative offices. Oh, another thing, another small theory I have. Um, what was it called? Akasa. That thing that Vidana talked about last night. How it's separate from Aether. I get the feeling Charlian is going... That's going to have something to do with the secrets that Charlian is keeping, hence why they had the flowers down there. Just a theory. I want to turn this up a bit. Actually, I'm going to turn my headphones up a bit. Yeah, that's better. I turned them down last night because it would give me a headache. Undisputed champion of the debating chamber. Yeah, Alice cured tempering. That's... Sure, Alice, he might be good with debate, but you cured tempering. Don't undersell yourself, girl. It's like a huge deal that you cured tempering. Granted, it wasn't like a solo... In fact, you didn't really do a whole lot, to be honest. It was mostly Becklug. But you cured tempering, girl. Becklug and, Oh, it was a group process. A lot of people helped. Sid had a hand in it. Graha had a hand in it. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Let's see, other theories. Hey, have you seen What's-His-Face? I mean, you're not wrong. Miss Ali Poe. I've heard this name before, so maybe she's a recurring character? I swear I have heard this name before. Alphino's just cowering. What about Ali say? Nothing? Okay. Where am I going? Over here? Oh, cat girl. kind of cat are you? Oh, you're a moon cat. Neat. Hello, fellow moon cat. That's why I've heard that last name before. Alipo is one of the random name generator names. I'm pretty sure. To searchers meet. Charlane really likes its books. Okay. You know, like, I like the lore of Charlane. I really like their, how their civilization is set up. Wait, what? We're a gleaner? What? I'm sorry, when did we become a gleaner? Or is this like a case of mistaken? Oh, okay, it is. I was gonna say, did they tell me I became a gleaner and I missed that? Because Charlane kind of hates us. It would be very weird for them to make us a gleaner. Gleaner. If you lose your way, just follow the blood-curdling screams. Oh, thanks. What coat is that? That's a really nice coat. I know I've seen it before. I think it's a level 60 coat, if I remember correctly. I think it's one of the ones from Heaven's Ward. Which would make sense, because that's when Charlane was in the game most. Oh, what's this vendor sell? Oh, scripts. Okay. Oh, wait, no, merchant and vendor. What do you sell? Ah, potions. Good to know. Good to know. Potion vendor. Are you who I'm looking for? No. Hey, what's up, dude? Whoops.
Ah, I remember you.
I pray we have not caught you at an inopportune moment. We wanted to offer our thanks for your kind words in the forum.
Well, I could hardly let that inquisition go unchallenged. I've always believed that curiosity should be nurtured, not stifled. Thankfully, a majority of my colleagues agreed. A slender majority, aye, but a majority nonetheless.
Had the vote not gone our way, we would be having a very different conversation, if any at all. Though I'd like to think you would have not given up on our cause. I'm told you paid a visit to the annex afterwards.
Yes, that's right. I was hoping to speak with the grandchildren of my dearly departed friends Galuf and Louisoix in a less dour setting. But it seems I just missed you.
Which doesn't make any sense, because all three of them were there the whole time.
I still can't believe how much you've grown.
They didn't come to
If
Thavnair
only
with
your
us.
grandsires could have seen the way you presented yourselves to the Forum. Why, it fair brought a tear to my own eye. You must have the patience of a saint, putting up with this lot and their antics. Never mind Matoya's prize student.
I wonder if Matoya was ever on the forum.
Luckily, I know a thing or two about managing unruly younglings. If you ever need advice, don't hesitate to ask.
If I may, there is a rather more pressing matter we wish to discuss. What can you tell us of this duty that the Forum must fulfill?
Nothing, I'm afraid. Like all humble servants of the Forum, I am sworn to secrecy. Or rather, I couldn't tell you if I tried. Our duty is of the gravest importance. Furthermore, if the particulars were made public, it would incite widespread panic. As such, those entrusted with this duty have been bound by an enchantment, which prevents us from speaking of such matters without the express permission of the Forum.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards Charlene is preparing to abandon this world and move to the moon. I'm definitely leaning towards that.
It's been some time since I last gave a lecture. Please, take a seat. We shall begin by reviewing the fundamentals of etherology. The ether, which imbues us with life, can be categorized into three forms. Two are of the incorporeal sort, the soul and the memory. Can anyone tell me the third? Yes, very good. This is the form with which the layman is most familiar. Consumed by even the simplest of daily activities and replenished by the food and drink that sustain us, this form of ether is in constant flux. In contrast, the ether that comprises the soul is rarely subject to dramatic change. The same can be said for memory, as the two are intrinsically linked. Picture the soul as paper, and memories as words written upon it. Now, what would happen if that paper was doused with ink? The same type of ether as comprises the memories.
It would blot out everything that was written.
Precisely. We would be unable to recall the memories, and any activities that depend upon them would be hindered as well. In fact, this exact phenomenon was observed on a vast scale not so long ago. And what might that have been?
Is he talking about...
The seventh umbral calamity.
Okay, no, he's not talking about the final days.
The people of Eorzea vividly recall Bahamut breaking free of the Lesser Moon and raining hellfire down upon the realm. But no one could seem to remember the events that followed immediately afterwards.
Indeed. To this day, we have yet to determine whether it was an unintended consequence or a deliberate act.
Are you
The
saying...
enchantment which binds me and the rest of the Forum is based on a similar principle. And yes, it is a contravention of the Charlian prohibition against the practice of memory manipulation.
That's an
Only
interesting
when a new
revelation.
member is inducted and told of our great duty are they subjected to the process. A necessary evil. You have my word that it would never be used to manipulate the populace.
I should hope not. But can this enchantment be dispelled and your memories restored?
If 9/10 of our members give their approval, then the process may be reversed. Then, and only then, would we be able to speak freely to others of our sacred duty.
An interesting wrinkle for sure.
We must wait until we return to the ethereal sea. For there we will be purified, the blots upon our souls washed clean. And our memories drift apart and dissolve. Rather defeating the purpose, I suppose. But there are those memories that are indelibly etched upon our souls, some believe.
What happens after that?
We are reduced to pure ether, coalesce with that of others, and create souls anew. Alternative schools of thought assert souls remain whole and return to the corporeal world, reborn into another form. Both theories have their proponents. Personally, I consider each equally probable.
That doesn't really explain how the enchantment works, necessarily, or how it makes sense. How do you know what your great duty is if it's been blotted out by...
Well, I think that's enough education for today, now that I've given you some food for thought. Or rather, an entire banquet.
I don't really understand how that works, but I'm also not very good with magical conjecture, so... That might just be a me issue. I don't really understand how you could work on a duty if you have all your memories of it blotted out. And how you could maintain your devotion to it. I really don't understand how that makes sense at all.
I would remind you that although I'm unable to assist you with certain matters, the resources at my disposal may still be of use to you. I'll arrange for you all to be given the run of Phenomenon. Of course, as associate to our alumni and the students of Baldessian, this privilege is extended to you as well, my friend.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and I suggest you speak with Ki Aliapo. She's well known among the artisans of Charlian, and her network of contacts may prove useful in your search for knowledge. I wish you all the best in your pursuits, wheresoever they may take you.
Yeah, the artisans of Charlian are a good in, because they would obviously be making things for this sacred duty, right? Alright, let's see if this book have crit. Are you telling me I'm about to actually craft for MSQ? No way. Crit on the book. Let's go. Actually, I think it's got less crit. It does. It loses 50 crit still. It's damage jump. That sucks. It's crit tertiary instead of crit secondary. Oh well, I still have 1300 crit. At least it's got crit on it. At least I didn't just lose almost 200 crit. I'm genuinely very curious if, because I managed to get myself in by pretending to be an artisan, right? I'm actually very curious if I have to be a level 80 crafter for this quest. And this is the beginning of the Charlayan crafter stuff. It looks like it is. Oh my god, that's so cool! That's so cool! Okay, I'm definitely going to come back here when I have an 80 crafter class. I love that. That was one of the biggest complaints with Shadowbringers, is there's that part where they're like, we're looking for a talented culinarian, and so many people were pissed off that they couldn't just raise their hand and be like, hey, I'm a talented culinarian. Because there's literally a class in the game called Culinarian. It was one of the biggest complaints about Shadowbringers. Like, almost everyone thought it was silly. Myself included. I think it was very silly. So the fact that they've actually made the game start recognizing when you're a crafter is really cool. It's something we've been asking for a very long time. Go to the main hall. Man, this world map's really cool. I hope I get a version of this for my chambers. I really hope I do. Cutscene. And here we go. The scales are gone. Willing to bet money that the scales are going to be gone. I don't know why you would bring them back to Charlan. And not the Rising Stones. Oh. No, they're still here. I am curious, though. I'll point it out later. True. True. They'll probably be pissed enough as it is. Tide already turned, to be honest with you. Okay, so here's the thing about Eorzean geography I don't quite understand. This right here is the burn, right? Which we know borders Garlemald. So is all of this going to be the burn? That's the question. Like, I also really... I don't remember what they said the reasoning for the burn was. I think it was just a bunch of primal summonings depleted the land of ether. I think. There was also a worm on the burn, which is interesting. An interesting feature of the map. I wonder if there was a notable worm at some point. I'm curious also to see what these blue mountains are, because I don't think we've been there. Maybe that's Girabanya. Wait, no, Girabanya's over here. Okay. I'm just looking at the map. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay. Also, a capital idea. I have a feeling I know what we're gonna go do. Because as you'll recall, yesterday I got spoiled that we go to Garlemald in this expansion by the hunt marks. I have a feeling this is going to be our we attack the capital moment. Summon my fairy real fast. Wait, what did you say? 3 of the most powerful women in the world, 1 room. Do you need a moment to prepare? No, I see them every week. This makes sense. I had the same question why Gaius is not coming with us. But actually his explanation makes a lot of sense. It's very good forethought. This is also a good point, though. I doubt they'll be happy about me. Are you sure about that? Okay. Alright. Fair enough. Man, I really like the Gaius Redemption arc. He's great. He sucked in ARR. He was a terrible villain. Even though he was right about everything. An old acquaintance or two. Okay, place your bets. Who might we see? Who do you think we're gonna see in Garlemald? My bet would be, you, Gary. Gross, it doesn't have crit. I actually have to look at the stats. 5 mind is pretty huge, but losing 200 crit is equally huge. Soul piece. In fact, I'm gonna go to a bell right now because I think there's one here. No, there's not. Never mind. I'll go to one before we leave. New character introductions? Actually, I think we're going to leave right now. Yeah, okay. Let me stop by an Aetherite. Retainer bell, I mean. I need to deliver this book to Ul'dah anyway. Deliver this book to my grand company. Well, I don't need to. It's not like I need the inventory slots, but you get what I mean. Might as well do it while I'm here. So glad they added the Sapphire. For those of you that don't know, this Aetherite, the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, was added in... I think it was added in Stormblood post patches, if I remember correctly. So to come to the market board and the retainer bell in Ul'dah, you used to have to warp to the Weaver's Guild and do this run. It wasn't bad, but it's such a nice quality of life thing that there's an Aetherite here now that you can just warp to. $27,340. Oops, numlock's not on because I just logged in for the day. Okay, go to Grand Company. I'm not going to worry about Retainer Venture in 7 minutes. I'm not worried about Ventures that much. They're just bringing me guild that I hand in. It's not like it's a big deal. Albrecht van Eersing. Jinger Muakai. What the fuck is that Moorball? What? Is that a Moorball wearing a dress? What the... Amazing. 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 What a minion. Oh, little elephant dude. Anything else I need to do here? That's a good question. I don't think so. Alright. Back to Girabanya. Alamegan Quarter. Alright, let's go meet our new allies.
By the 12.
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
As you can imagine, our traveling companions were eager to become acquainted. 'Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose. We fight not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world, including the people of Garlemald.
Sorry, okay.
Much rides on the efforts
I
of
just
the
need to go
Eorzea
through this.
contingent.
Cook, the Lalafels in the robes are from Black Mage Job Quest. This is from Monk Job Quest. He is from Dragoon Job Quest. Behind him is from Machinist Job Quests. Is actually the job teacher of Machinists. Behind him, this is one of Horsefart's brothers. White Mage Job Quest. Scholar Job Quest. This is the pirate that we just saw. Bard Job Quest are both of these guys. I don't know who this is from. What this is from. But I would assume he's from a job quest like all the rest of them, almost all the rest of them are. This is really cool. This is really cute. When they said familiar faces, I wasn't expecting job quest characters. That's really cute. That's really cute. Looks like we got some crafters in the audience, too. Neat.
Indeed, which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of
I was
many
hoping
trusted
Lucia would be
comrades,
coming.
yourselves included.
Lucia is Garlean. So it makes sense that she would want to come.
Lucia!
I have come at the behest of Lord Emmerich, who has honored me with the role of Ishgard's representative. And for the good of all nations, not least my former homeland, I am determined to see this mission through to its end. We have a hard road ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
We too welcome this opportunity to work together once more. I have faith that, if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find it.
Allow me to introduce you to the rest of our company. Everyone! If I may have your attention.
Oh my god, is that her? Is that my favorite character in FF14? No, it's not. Never mind.
Might I ask you to speak first?
Would be cool to
If I
see
must.
Pajalis be added
I
to,
am Arun Senna, spokesman for the Gridanian delegation. Here on behalf of my esteemed
FF14.
sister, the Elder Seedseer. We shall provide support and protection to those in need during our time in Garlemald. To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort.
That's my boys.
Of course, with an experienced white mage such as yourself accompanying us as well.
Oh, are they all gonna do this? This is so
Involuntary will be in
cute.
safe hands.
Oh,
Raya O sends her regards, by the way.
oh, that's the job teacher for White Mage.
Suppose I'd better say my piece.
I want to hear what you have to say.
Wait, I know you.
The name's Sicard, in case you've forgotten. Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten. Any road, the Admiral asked Captain Hillfear to send his best, and for whatever reason, he picked me.
Aww.
Of course, if I'd refused, I'd be the laughing stock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship. So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but a promise of peace in our time, then that's what we'll do. Since we all know
You're
how
not a
much that
pirate.
guy loves
You
his steel,
are not a
we
pirate.
thought
Why
we'd
are
bring
you
along
here?
A few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy.
Nice.
Of course, just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind, but we're more than capable of cracking skulls, believe you me.
Well, you're certainly raring to go. But then again, so are we. The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest. If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telophoroi. We'll need plenty of troops to clear and hold a path for others to follow. That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Tarapin and I will be leading from the front.
This is so cute. All the job quest characters here.
It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield.
True, it's been
From
like
what I've
3
heard,
years.
You've become pretty fearsome yourself, Master Matoya.
I love that everyone is just giving her shit for the Master Matoya thing back in the real world. It's so good every time.
With comrades like these, I know we'll succeed, no matter what awaits us. And then we might finally get a chance to enjoy a good long rest. But until then, let's give it our all.
Can you let me talk to all these people? It would be really cool to be able to talk to all of them.
As for Ishgard, we Temple Knights have come in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the peace and welfare of our allies. The bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead.
Not wrong. You're not wrong.
Accordingly, I have been designated commander of the Ilzabad contingent. I will do all in my power to provide you with the leadership and guidance you require.
God, this is so sick.
The four high houses, House Hylinart foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our mission. Their knowledge of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature, together with the smiths of Limpsa Lomitsa. There is another awaiting introduction.
Hey, buddy.
Lord Emanolaine.
Ah, yes. Emanolaine de Forton, at your service.
Hey, buddy.
Though, lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather, far from it, actually. My brother,
That's kind of
with
why I
his
figured
infinite
you would
wisdom,
hear.
decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that.
And all that, you know.
But should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing, I will be your twinkle-toed gentleman of light.
I do not remember that from Heaven's Ward. Would be cool if he becomes a dancer.
Huzzah! I cannot wait to
Like
regale
dancer
on
class.
Eorzea with my tales of daring-do.
I believe that concludes introductions for the Grand Company of Eorzea. Our allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
Uh-oh.
Would that be the shinobi of Doma?
Probably.
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various eastern nations. According to Lord
Is this going to be
Hero,
who I think it is?
an equally capable company of warriors has been sent in their stead.
Is it going to be who I think it is?
Out of my way!
Yes, it is! It's my girl! Hell yeah. Oh, hey, and Gunbreaker Teacher's with them. Neat. Neat, neat, neat.
Forgive us for coming late. We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
Cyrena, and you've brought company.
For battle and blood we come, as the steppe is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Doma, only to find them beyond our reach. But now our thirst for slaughter will be slaked. No quarter to the enemy!
Sadu Hatun, no. We go to make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't a great idea to bring
Warriors of the
Sadu.
steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
Oh, so that's not the Gunbreaker Teacher.
And the Bosnian resistance.
Maybe it is the Gunbreaker
Between
Teacher.
them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities. Which is fortuitous, since Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
You think Dalmascus and Bosnia are the other
which have suffered the tyranny of the
areas?
Empire.
Perhaps?
I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi, the common folk of Garlemald. And they are victims, make no mistake. Though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused. Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy. But after seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, there's no denying the simple truth. They're just people. No different from you or I. They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all. Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Cid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders. Maxima, who stands with us today, tried to reform Garlemald from within and make peace with Doma. So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help. Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good. It won't be easy, but we're all determined to make this world a better place.
Well said. I think that is the Gunbreaker Teacher.
What
I don't
lingering
quite remember what he
concerns I
looks
may
like.
have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
Then we are in accord. Now, let us review our strategy. To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range. Fortunately, Garlond Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey. However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi. As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
Given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers. From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities. The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us. So it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
Got it. So the airships are going to get destroyed.
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed. Spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
Yes! Yes! How many of them can I talk to? Yes! What's up, Chucho? A letter from Master Hammond? That's the monk job teacher. What about you? Kokobuki. Okay, I can't talk to the other ones. Okay. But at least I get to talk to the... At least I get to talk to all the job quest people. Where is you? True. 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 Time has come for us Marines to show our victory on the battlefield. Oh, I already had Celine out. There you are. Let's see, who else we got here? Well, I gotta talk to Sadu, of course. Good. And I've gotta talk to the Bard guys, of course. This is so cute. Who are you? Marauders Guild. Interesting. So they didn't want to bring the warriors, so they brought the Marauders Guild with the Limson. I guess that makes sense. Is there anybody else I need to talk to? Oh, Dragoon Teacher. Right. Hey, Albrick. That is true. I did finish that job quest, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I guess I can talk to you. Is that the teacher? No. No. I'm curious what you have to say. Man, dude lost his parents for being that fucking sucks. I don't really care about what the Scions have to say. I just wanted to say hi to all my job character people. Because that was really cute to see them all. Oh. I would really like the Pajali to become a playable race. I would still stay a Mikote, because I've been a Mikote since ARR. But I really have expected the Pajali to be in playable race long before they... I mean, they haven't been added yet. Certainly more than the Hrothgar. I did not expect the Hrothgar to be added. Like, no hate, I think the Hrothgar are great, but I did not expect them to get added. I definitely expected the Pajali. Vieira we've known about for an incredibly long time, so they've been like on the short list of races to be added. We all knew that. Deliver a warding scale to Maxima. Oh, cutscene. Still a little bit worried that the warding scales have been replaced with fakes, but I think that's unlikely. Is this gonna be new outfit? Is that why it didn't show me what the reward was? Let's go! Cue Tataru in 3, 2, 1. Is it gonna be Redolent Rose? Nope, Tataru. Even better. But how? Love Tataru. Ooh, new Tataru outfit. I like it. That's pretty cute. No, but she's been wearing the same thing since ARR. Hell yeah. I love you dearly, Tataru, but I probably won't wear it if it's anything like that Scion Traveler gear. That shit was garbage. Blue Omwida? Who? 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 Assuming you can go to I guess Tatsuru's been with the Scions for a long time. She might be from Charlian. That was also what I was thinking when What's-Her-Face earlier said we had a habit of passing out. Like, well, the guy who did that's right here, so I think we'll be fine. And it's a winter outfit, so I'm not sure. Oh, it's just one piece. It's still pretty. There's nothing wrong with that coat. I'm not going to use it, but there's nothing wrong with that coat. It's nice. An instance. Yeah, that was kind of what I was expecting. Let me use the bathroom before this instance, just in case it's long. Threw my blanket over and accidentally knocked over my drink, so I had to go get a towel and clean that up. Alright, let's get back to it, shall we? Several cutscenes will play in sequence. Yeah! I was kind of expecting that. We're gonna get shot down or something. I 100% believe we're gonna get shot down. Your progress will be saved at certain points. Oh wow, this is like huge. Okay.
Ilsabad, divided in twain by a vast mountain range. Those who would traverse its jagged peaks face peril at every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly?
How are we going to bring that
On
airship
the
with
outskirts
us?
of the imperial capital, in the frozen wastes of the Magna Glacius. The winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
Sluts don't get cold. That's how this works. I do like Eorzea and Alphinaud's coat. Also, her armor is really
from
shiny in
Thancred's
here.
reconnaissance party. They've sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials.
Uh-huh.
Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps.
Perhaps, but there is more to it than that. Maxima reports that they are led by Vergilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number. However, they are also joined by several members of the 1st.
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus's death. The 1st, on the other hand, were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne. These legions were enemies.
Indeed. In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
Then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
So, what's the plan? If me and my crew is out reaving, we charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald, the very ones we have come to aid. Direct confrontation is unavoidable. Nevertheless, we must make every effort to limit casualties on both sides. Rather than kill them, I would remove them from the field.
How so? Savage beatings, disarmament, and imprisonment? Not impossible, but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to suggest?
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial detachment's current position. Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments, and once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops of materiel, and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
Divide and conquer. Not a bad idea.
Once the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into 2 groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supplies. As for the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where you deem it needed most. I would prefer, however, that you accompany the rearguard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice. Kept in reserve as our trump card, so to speak.
Your proposal was well received. More specifically, they asked that we destroy the Imperial's toys in as spectacular a fashion as possible.
Y'shtola always did have a flair for the dramatic. She's not an easy woman to please, but I shall do my best to satisfy her thirst for fireworks.
Should have
All
Sadu
right.
here for this.
Once more for my peace of mind. Our first objective will be to rig the enemy's Magitech with explosives. After we've withdrawn to a safe distance, we'll detonate them remotely. Our second will be to issue a deactivation command to the automated units via the control terminal. If our calculations are correct, this signal should reach those deployed on the front line, giving our friends a much-needed upper hand. A blizzard will help us stay hidden, so let's aim to get in and out before it passes. Trust in the plan, and we should all live to see tomorrow.
In the coming battle, you will play as Thancred.
In the meantime, I will relay messages back and forth as the situation unfolds. You'll forgive me if I ask again, but are you certain you wish to play the lone wolf?
Wouldn't have it any other way. Call it foolish and reckless if you like, but I'll get the job done. I always do.
Very well. I wish you the best of luck. Keep your wits about you.
It's time. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count. Must be losing my touch. This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control terminal. It should be to the northwest.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, to my considerable relief.
What news from our comrades?
They stand at the ready.
Excellent. Then let the fireworks begin.
The blizzard's beginning to clear. The Vanguard should be engaging the Imperials any moment now, if they haven't already. Ishtola and the others are with them, so I'm sure they'll be all right, but...
Wait! Something's coming!
Oi, oi! Looks like we ain't the only ones who sent out scouts. Keep them away from the carriages! We lose those, and we're as good as dead!
Fighters! Protect the others! A brief respite, but stay alert. Keep the carriages safe.
What impeccable timing! Fear not, friends! The savior of Ishgard is here! A fine display, but the other carriages are still in danger. Go on ahead. We'll hold the line.
We're the only ones still struggling. Time we put our backs into it then. I've been itching for a good scrap. right back there?
We're fine, and ready for more. Hear that?
Get to the front and turn the tide.
Removed from the field was not a euphemism for enthusiastically murder.
It's nothing that won't heal in time. The trouble is, their tempering has made them utterly fearless. Subduing them would be easier if they had the capacity to submit in the first place.
Well, this is the path our young charges would have us walk, and that we all agreed to follow. You knew it would be hard, yet still you pledged your lance, did you not?
That I did.
That's for Gilia. Damn it. I need to help the others take her down.
There's no end to them!
I was wondering when you'd turn up.
Ah, shit, my book's not
There's
glamored.
no stopping
I
us
forgot.
now. Come on.
I was
Let's show them
wondering
what we're
earlier.
made
I
of.
was like, where's my monitors? Alright, have to remember to fix that.
We have them now! Forward!
Right! Let them have it!
Sorry.
As a raging bull!
That's her! Virgilia!
Do not fall behind!
Die! Tremble before the sun!
May your screams fill the air!
Okay. That was neat.
A worthy adversary. Rest, recover, reclaim yourself. Then we will fight again, to the death.
Sadu Hatun!
That was the last of them. The day is ours, thanks to your timely arrival. What of the supply caravan? Outmaneuvered, but not outmatched. Good. Let us take the Imperials into custody and rejoin our comrades. And soon we shall arrive at the capital.
So cold and unforgiving. Thus spoke Emperor Solus as he gazed upon his barren domain. 800 years it had been since the Garleans first set foot here. Bested by the Kavosi after centuries of war and driven from fertile southern pastures into the blasted northern wastes. In that garden of desolation, they clung to one another for warmth, freezing, hungry, desperate, hated. The chosen forsaken. In the year 1513 of the 6th Astral Era, a young legatus named Solus single-handedly sparked the Magitech Revolution. How did he conceive the machina that feed on ceruleum? Once a common, soft-spoken soldier, how had he so quickly ascended through the ranks? Like so many others, those who knew the truth are gone. Taking in the capital with his eyes for the first time, I recall thinking to myself, far colder on the earth than in the heavens. Yes, far colder indeed, bitterly so.
Not so much as a whisper.
The roads leading beyond the city walls would have been used less in recent years. Nevertheless, this was one of the most important gateways into the capital.
A buzz day and night with activity, aye. Merchants passing through the checkpoint, many of them stopping at the local hostelries.
Surely they cannot all have been tempered.
We can consider the question after we have made camp. If we spend any longer outside, we may well freeze to death where we stand. The tempered Imperials, too.
This will be our temporary base of operations. Secure shelter for ourselves and the injured, and dispatch scouts to survey the surrounding area.
If we're planning on staying here a while, we ought to give this place a proper name.
Well, the constant sound of ice cracking underfoot makes me think of broken glass. An apt name, perhaps. But enough of this. To work, everyone! Our present situation is as follows. Efforts to aid the people of Garlemald have begun in earnest. Moreover, having entered into the capital, the Imperial Palace is within our reach.
But before we proceed further, we must learn what has befallen this city, for therein lies the key to understanding and combating the Telophoroid's designs.
I have a suggestion, if I may. Several of the Imperial soldiers we captured on the Magna Glaciers are members of the Populares and acquaintances of mine. Once we have cured them of their tempering, they should be able to give a reliable account of the events leading to the capital's downfall.
A promising idea. I will assist the healers and their ministrations. Of course, I will require a proxy of my own, assuming you can spare one.
Would you like a hand?
No, I am sure we will manage. Better that you take my place in the field. The noxious ether of this place disagrees with me, and as I shall need to draw on my own for the treatment, 'twill be prudent for me to remain within the camp.
This talk of curing the tempered is all well and good, but I reckon the cold is a more pressing concern. All the houses round here are fitted with ceruleum heaters that could keep us warm and toasty. Problem is, the machines seem to have given up the ghost, and if we keep sitting around, freezing our asses off, we'll be next. My smiths reckon that with the right parts, they can have them working again, but it won't be easy.
Understood. The machinists will assist them in the repairs.
The rest of us should either stand watch or survey the area.
We've made our presence known to the Telophoroi. They will be searching for us, if they have not already ascertained our position. That we have seen no sign of them since the battle suggests they have yet to do so. However, I suspect they may be biding their time.
Or perhaps we are beneath their notice.
In any event, we'll find no answers standing around here. Urianger, Estinian and myself have visited Garlemald recently, so we'll lead the reconnaissance efforts. Perhaps bolstered by a few Bosnian and Dalmatian scouts from my previous excursion for good measure.
Don't forget about us Alamegans. We have experienced scouts of our own.
Well now, this is turning out to be a rather sizable team. With such numbers, we should be able to cover a wide area with relative ease, including that surrounding the Imperial Palace. How about you, Graha? I have a feeling we'll find a use or two for that vanishing spell of yours.
'Twould be my honor to be of service, though I doubt that you of all people need rely on my tricks.
That leaves us with guard duty.
As a matter of fact, I have something else in mind for the two of you and Alphino. Between here and the center of the capital lies the Eblan Rime. I would have you search the area for survivors. Your keen sense of direction, honed in your extensive travels, should prove useful in navigating the ice fields. I have faith that you will, and look forward to greeting you on your safe return. You all have your duties. Let us make haste. May the Fury bless and keep you.
I will be right back. You know what? I think I am gonna go on a walk. It's been quite a long time since I took a walk. So yeah, I'm gonna go on a walk. I will be back in a couple of hours. Nah, not like an hour and a half-ish. Hour 15. I'm just gonna walk up to the store and back. It's about 2 miles all round trip. Yeah, I just need kind of a little break and to chill for a minute. So yeah, I'll be back in, like I said, hour and a half-ish. Peace. Thanks for watching.